Hello everyone, how are you? Myself Amar Jeevan sir. I am faculty of zoology. Now today I will discuss about the topic the nervous tissue. Okay? You know that the tissue are the four types in our bodies. These are epithelial tissues, connective tissues, muscular tissues, nervous tissue, right? And already discussed about there are four types of major tissue which is found in our bodies. Now today I will discuss about the nervous tissue. What is the nervous tissue? What is the components of the nervous tissue? So basically now discuss about the what is the component of the nervous tissue, right? So there are different components of the nervous tissue. Like tissues are composed of different types of cells. Now here is the also different types of cells. The first is the neurons, like the very important sensitive cells, the neurons. And second is the supportive cells, which is the neuroglial cells and the ependymal cells and neurosecretory cells. So our nervous tissues are basically consist of different types of cells. Now let us discuss about very important cells is the neuron. What is the neurons? And a neuron is the structural and functional unit of the nervous tissue. Neuron is the structural and functional unit of nervous tissue. Nervous tissue. Why called structural and functional unit of nervous tissue? Because in our brains many neurons are work mainly like sensations, perceive the stimulus and transport the impulse, transmission of impulse. The so-called the structural and functional unit. And neuron is the longest cell of the our body. Longest cell, not the largest cell, longest cell of the our body or human body. And these are non-dividing cell. These are non-dividing cell. Why called non-dividing cell? Because doesn't have the centrioles. Centrioles is the features of animal cell. You know, centrioles is the feature of animal cells, but here is the absence of centrioles. Centrioles is completely absent, so cannot divide its cells, right? And second is the supportive cells. Second is the other than neuron is the supportive cells. These are the neuroglial cells. Supportive cells. These are very supportive types of cells we support to the neurons, right? And there are also various types like astrocytes, oligodendrocytes, microglial cells. Here is the very important questions. And all the nervous tissue are arise from the ectoderm. All the nervous tissue are arise from the ectoderm, except is the neuroglial cells. Neuroglial cells, they are derived from the mesoderm. These are derived from the mesoderm. Very important questions. Next is the ependymal cells. Ependymal cells are found in our brain ventricles. Later I will discuss about what is the ependymal cells, and they may have microvilli and cilia. And last is the neurosecretory cells. Neurosecretory cells is also found in our brains, like hypothalamus. They secrete various types of hormones, which includes paraoptic nuclei and supraoptic nuclei. Right? So let us discuss about this cell. Okay. So nervous tissue is the basically consist of different types of cells. The very important cell is the neurons. The most important features of the nervous tissue. Nervous tissue is two very important features. They show conductivity and excitability. They show excitability and conductivity. Excitability and conductivity का meaning क्या होता है? What is the meaning of excitability? The nervous system, the neuron can excite the external stimuli And what is the conductivity? Meaning of conductivity? Conductivity means the can carry impulse, transmit the impulse toward other neurons, right? Basically, this mechanism are discussed about later, right? So now we mainly discuss about the features of neurons, how a neuron is consist of. Next, we will discuss about the structure of the neurons. You see, before we discuss about the structure of neuron, now here is the complete structure of the nervous tissue. Our neurons and nerve fibers are exist in bundles. This bundle is called fasciculi. Fasciculi contains the many axons and axon fibers and nerve fibers. Axons is surrounded by myelin sheaths, and here is the diagram of transverse section of the nerve. Right, the outermost covering of the whole nerve here is called epineurium. Epineurium is consist of dense irregular connective tissues, and next is the bundle of the whole nerves surrounded by another fibrous tissues is called perineurium, and next is the nerve and axons are surrounded by another fibrous tissue is called what? Endoneurium. So the sequence is the outer renal is what? The epineuriums, perineurium and endoneurium. These are very important questions which is asked in the NEET exams, right? And now let us discuss about the structure of neurons. This is the structure of neuron. Neuron is called nerve cells, also called nerve cells. Neurons are basically consist of three main components. These are the dendrites, cell bodies, and longest axon part. What is the dendrites? And here in diagrams, these dendrites are the branching like process. What is the dendrites? Dendrites are the branching like process which can receive the impulse, from body, any sense organs can receive the impulse. These are the branching like process which receive the impulse. Dendrites also has some proteinaceous components is called Nissen's granules. Nissen's granules are also present in the dendrites and cell bodies. Very important question. These Nissen's granules are basically component of raw endoplasmic reticulum. They have free ribosomes on the surface, and they involve in the protein synthesis. Anywhere in the present of ribosome of free process, they mainly work is the protein synthesis. So here main work is help in the protein synthesis. This question are asked in NEET exam in 2018. And next is the cytons. Cytons have central nucleus, large size central nucleus and cell organelles, but does not have centrioles. Centrioles are completely absent. Centrioles does not have here. Only other cell organelles are present, but centrioles are absent. And cytons give rise to the axons, longest part of the nerves. The cytons, the point where the axons are formed, begins. This is called axon. Hillocks, these are the very sensitive zone of the axons, where the formation of axon take place. Next is the structure of axons. Axons are the longest part of the neurons. Axons have peripheral parts is surrounded by myelin sheaths. These are the insulating layer. Insulating layer consist of lipids. They are synthesized by generally Schwann cell, but not always. Mostly these myelin sheaths are secreted by Schwann cell. Schwann cell is the what? Schwann cell is also the types of neuroglial cells, right? The type of neuroglial cells. They secrete the myelin sheath. These are the Schwann cells. This is the nucleus of the Schwann cells. These are nucleus of the Schwann cells, right? The Schwann cells secrete myelin sheath. In between two myelin sheaths have a small gap which is called what? Node of Ranvier. Here the jumping of impulse takes place. Here the jumping of impulse take place, right? One node of railway to another node of railways, right? Okay. Now is the axon terminal parts is consist of bulb-like structures, solid structures is called what? Synaptic nodes. Synaptic nodes have many vesicles, is called synaptic vesicles. Synaptic vesicles is filled with neurotransmitter, most commonly neurotransmitter are acetylcholine. These are the first neurotransmitter which is discovered by the scientists. These are the membrane of the synaptic node, that is called presynaptic membrane. These are the presynaptic membrane. Here the presynaptic membranes are used with another neurons to form synapse. Synapse is what? The junction between presynaptic postsynaptic, in between gap is synaptic gap, is called synapse. So now this is discussed about later. What is the synapse? The types of synapse: chemical synapse, electrical synapse. This concept is given in our other chapter, that is the neural control and coordination. But this is the topic of nervous tissues. Okay, thank you very much.